How's it going, everybody? Josh, KI6NAZ, back at you again. Today, we're going to be talking about a recent firmware upgrade that came out for the ICOM IC-705. You know, it's a really interesting time that we live in with ham radios. I'm always saying it's the best time to be a ham ever. We're now in a situation where SDRs, software-defined radios, are coming out that can unlock new features just through a software upgrade, or a firmware upgrade as we call it. Today we're going to be looking at firmware version 1.20 that just came out in February 2021. If you would like to see a good video explaining how to do a firmware upgrade for this video, take the link to the Smoking Apes channel. He always does a really good job with firmwares, and this one is no exception. With that said, if you want to undertake this on your own, I will post the link in the description to the how-to guide to do it. It is very easy. It is literally take the SD card out of the radio, load it onto your computer, copy the file to the 705 directory, and then use the on-screen menus to do it. Very easy, I promise. Anyway, let's put it over on the workbench, and we'll take a look at the new features that are in version 1.2 for the 705. All right, so first item is scroll mode. This is generally how I use the 705. I just leave it in the passive mode, or not passive, but where the waterfall scrolls underneath the line. The center line is where your center receiver spot is. If you click center and fix, the line turns to a green line and the waterfall no longer moves, and you can scroll along the band. If you hold down center fix with the new firmware, scroll F is enabled, and you can scroll and it'll keep going. So you can quickly tune through massive portions of the band space very, very quickly with this function, like insanely fast. We're going through the entire space. You can see my step IR, right? We're towards right where the resonance spot is, and if you keep going, it'll start to taper off. See that? Watch. It's going to be even more pronounced there. So that's where we lose the resonance spot, and that's right around where a shortwave station is. This is a really good mode for using or listening to shortwave stations or doing AM DX, medium wave DX. This is a cool feature for that. Now, a note on this mode, keep this in mind. So I've got the radio on 7.166 megahertz, right? Keep that in mind. We're going to enter back into scope mode, and I'm going to scroll way away. Okay, we'll go back to that shortwave station. So we're quite a ways away. Now, if I turn it off, it goes back to where I was at the 7.16 or 19. So I've got to scroll it back to get my, there it is. So do keep that in mind. If you take it out of that mode, you will lose that if you go out of the scope mode. All right, going right down the list, I will post a link in the description to a document that covers what's in this new settings, so you can check it out yourself. But right off the menu button, second menu page, presets, and this one says FT8. If I click it, it'll bring up a whole list of different presets that it can load. If you click on FT8, it will load the FT8 presets, and it'll do things like fast AGC. It'll make sure that your preamp is off. It will not change your RF gain, it looks like. Nope, it left that the same. It made it go into USB-D mode, even though we were in lower sideband before. And it will set a number of other things based off of what you want your radio to do when FT8 is your selected type of digital mode. It doesn't have to be FT8 though. So if I wanted to do one for WinLink, for instance, we'll go back into presets. So we're going to change this, edit that, and we're going to make this WinLink. Enter. So we do want the mode, we do want the filter bandwidth, no, we want that to be 2400. Filter type is sharp, but we can change that to soft, but we'll leave it at sharp. USB output AF is exactly what I want. USB AF output level is the volume that comes out of the radio into the computer. That is how I have it set, so I leave it at that. Most of the stuff you can ignore, although if you have different settings, this is going to be based off of your computer and how you have it configured. My data mod is USB. That's how I connect to the radio. Bandwidth, leave it alone, and you get the idea. Mic and USB, so it can still use the microphone if you need to, if you switch it off, although you change the mode off for that. And you do get a bunch of different options: single sideband bandwidth, USB send, USB keying, CW, USB RTTY. These are all things that you'd set if you were doing automatic CW or automatic RTTY. That is the CIV address. So this is kind of the secret sauce of how you make ICOMs work a lot of the times when you are doing digital modes, is you need to make that CIV address the same on whatever software is controlling it. I won't touch it because that's what I use. CIV transceive is on, echo back is off. That's just my settings, so we'll save that. Okay, so now I have a WinLink setting. Click yes, and it loads it for me. So now I've got WinLink configured. I just connect it to my computer, and I'm all set up and ready to go. Let's turn that off. And now we're back to whatever I was playing around with before. We're way out of band, for instance, but now we're back in. So you can change this back to lower sideband. Now something that I'll add is they did activate the AH705 tuner control. So when you have an AH705, you can PTT the mic and it will automatically start the tuner up for whatever you're doing. That's just the control capability for that tuner. The tuner's not out yet, but you better believe I will get one and I will test it. And you can see that by going Menu, Set, Function, Tuner. There it is. And this is where you would do tuner select for the AH705 or others. Don't know what others is yet. Maybe that will work with some of the other different options. PTT start is on, meaning when you PTT, it will start the tuner. Tune memory is on, tune memory clear. Okay, cool. So eventually that AH705 will know which frequency you're on and quickly find the tune for the antenna that you're working with. If you change the antenna up a lot, then it's still going to have to search around to find the right solution. All right, next, possibly one of the coolest features. This will allow you to connect to the 705 with your laptop or computer using the RSBA1 software application that ICOM sells, or you can use it for transferring pictures to and from the radio for loading your desktop image, or if you've received something over D-Star, or loading pictures so that you can send them over D-Star. So use your phone, take a picture of something, send it to the phone or the 705, then you can transmit it over D-Star or whatever mode you're using. So setting this up is pretty straightforward, but you got to do a couple of things. First, WLAN must be off. Then you change the connection type to access point, and you go into connection settings, and you have to set a password, okay? You must set a password. You can also change the SSID if you want to do something else. You can do a timeout if you want that, but inactivity will generally stay on if you set the password. Now, then, once the password's set, once it's in access point mode, you can then turn on WLAN in access point mode. You must do those two things for this to work correctly, and then you can connect another device to this. As an example, I just happen to have this Linux phone right here. So if I open this Linux phone up, I've got the Wi-Fi control right here, and there's the IC705. I already had this pre-configured, but there you go. You're now connected to the IC705. So this last feature is one that I think is probably my favorite. Using the ICOM VS3 Bluetooth dongle, which I really like. I talked about this on my favorite things of the 705. They added a new capability. They added the custom key set to control the automatic playing of recordings. So if I have it set, if I hit play,
CQ, Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu, CQ, Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu.
Which is great. So it's a one-time click, or if you hold it down for 1 second,
CQ, Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu, CQ, Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu.
now it should play over and over again. So you're counting, and there you go.
CQ.
And you can just PTT out of it. Now I got to be honest, this is the reason why this is so cool is you can go up and down the band over Bluetooth listening on a pair of headsets. You can PTT whenever you want, just hold it down. it makes it really, really nice to control the radio. And then adding that CQ capability, you can do all kinds of stuff with this. So this is one of the top updates for me, along with that preset right there, that FT8. Let me show you how to get into that. So if you've got your Bluetooth dongle connected, go into Menu, Set, Bluetooth Set, and you go down to Headset, ICOM Headset, and you go down to Custom Key, Play Button. So the play button is the one I've got assigned because you'll see in a second. And then there at the bottom of the list, down way at the bottom, up, down, right, get down to the bottom here, and you can get to voice keyer 1 through 4. So you can load up all this stuff, and it'll do voice, CW, and RIDI. So you can pre-program your whole, whatever you wanted to do off the, you could almost do an entire RIDI contest just using the buttons on the sides of this device, which is pretty interesting. And so yeah, I have mine set to the play button. And the reason for that, let me go back here. So I have VFO up and VFO down on the fast forward and rewind. And so then the play button is the one that will play the recordings. Really cool. Nice, nicely done. I really think that all this update for the 1.2 firmware update was just fantastic. It was a really, really good update. Added a lot of interesting features, and that's one of the advantages of these these software-defined radios, that you can just add features back into it very easily. So good job, ICOM. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I think the standout feature that I'm the most excited about is the Wi-Fi access point mode. What does that unlock for you? Well, as I shown, the ability to basically connect a laptop or device running the ICOM software to connect directly to the 705 without any wires required. That is pretty cool, and kind of, I think, where a lot of ham radios are going to be going in the future, a truly wireless approach to ham radio. Using a tablet, connecting directly to the radio, for instance, over Wi-Fi for whatever, or directly on the Wi-Fi that's in the radio. The preset capability for digital modes is also wonderful and a nice addition that I think is really cool. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, please give me a thumbs up. Click subscribe, click that bell, because I live stream every Saturday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Until I talk to you again, my name is Josh, KI6NAZ. You've been watching the Ham Radio Crash Course, and I'll talk to you later. See ya.